Well, hello then, I do hope you're all well. Now, does this piss-poor Tory MP, Kit Malthouse, actually really believe he exposed the opposition MP with a zinger? What am I talking about? Well, Kit Malthouse, well, some of my subscribers prefer to call him Brick Shithouse. And I don't blame him. Was asked to come to Parliament to answer a point of order, I think it was, from Caroline Lucas about what this government are going to do about these extreme temperatures and future situations where we will have future days like we've had over the last few days. And, well, up steps Labour MP for Pudsey, Fleur Anderson, to basically criticise our now jolly Holly Bob, Bodge Jobson, who went AWOL over the last 2 Cobra meetings. Well, our Kit Outhouse decided he thought he had hit the opposition with a zinger.
Now come to Shadow Minister Fleur Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank my right honourable friend, the member for Brighton Pavilion, for securing this hugely important and urgent question. On Tuesday, we'll be in the hottest 1.2% of the world. Once again, when faced by a national emergency driven by the climate emergency, which they could see coming a mile off, ministers were asleep at the wheel. The Prime Minister is too busy planning parties instead of planning for Britain. Is anyone else having déjà vu? The Prime Minister has already missed 2 Cobra meetings, as has been acknowledged, on the red heat warning, and is set to miss a 3rd. The same man who missed 5 Cobra meetings in the weeks preceding the onset of the pandemic. This finished Prime Minister has already clocked off, it's clear, but with 49 dangerous days to go. The heat wave is a reminder that the government has not tackled the growing climate emergency facing our country, and the leadership election gives us little hope this will change. So as Britain boils, will the Minister answer? Where is the plan for the delivery of essential services and how people will be kept safe at work, on transport, in hospitals, care homes and schools in the coming days? Where is the advice for vulnerable workers working in unbearable conditions? We need action on guidance for safe indoor working temperatures and the government to ensure employers allow staff to work flexibly in the heat. We need a plan, not a panic. And Labour has already got a resilience plan for long-term strategic emergency planning. So where is the government's national resilience strategy? Can the Minister give a date for its publication? It's already 10 months overdue. It is the primary duty of any government to keep the public safe. Britain deserves better. Thank you.
Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, as I'm sure the Honourable Lady knows already, there are significant plans in place to deal with all manner of extreme weather events, and all local resilience forums have their plans in place. There is guidance available, as I said earlier, for schools, hospitals, particularly around the safety and welfare of their staff, but also the people who are in their facilities. And as far as employers go, similarly, HSE is available to give guidance, and there is a clear obligation in law already for employers to maintain a reasonable temperature at work. Now, obviously,
what's a reasonable temperature? That could be different to other people. Personally, I prefer the government to set a temperature, not for them to say a reasonable temperature. We've got to remember, this is a country who, during the World Cup finals, had a bloke who shoved a lighted flare up his arse.
That varies from building to building and from facility to facility, but nevertheless, it is clear that employers have an obligation. And as to the Prime Minister's attendance at Cobra, as I said earlier, over the last, whatever it is, since 2011, I've attended many, many Cobra meetings. There's only one where the Prime Minister chaired, and that was during the 2011 riots in London. Others have routinely been chaired by Secretaries of State, and as I said earlier, it is literally my job to do that. And on that note of non-attendance, I would, Mr. Speaker, gently point out that my direct shadow is not in her place on the opposition bench. Obviously, it's not as important as her radio show today.
Sir Christopher Joel.
Now, I don't know about you, but I can imagine the day Angela Rayner covered for James O'Brien and LBC would have been arranged weeks in advance. Something tells me I don't think they'd have rung her up at 10:05. Can you just cover for us for a stint for 3 hours? You know what I mean? But according to our Brick Shithouse, Angela Rayner should have basically, halfway through a stint at LBC, rushed to Parliament to ask where our no-show BJ was, instead of not turning up to 2 important Cobra meetings. I have a funny feeling she probably would have been able, probably wouldn't have been able to make it, and not in that intensity anyway, to get to Parliament and leave him in the same state she left him on Friday. So if I'm honest, I think he should have been grateful. Could have been worse. You should have seen state of him on Friday. Left him on a bloody heap on the floor, she did. Proper rattled him, so he should have been grateful. Low blow, Kit, I've got to admit. But anyway, no more rambling on. I shall leave the video here, and until the next time, I shall bid you farewell and take care.